So I am Deborah Herewinen. I am a psychologist. I came from Canada to the country of Georgia, and I came and I was able to get regenerative medicine here. It was so amazing. Several years ago, about 15 years ago, I had cancer, and the cancer came back twice in my thyroid. And I asked the doctor why it came back the second time, and he said, well, you might have really high levels of heavy metal toxins in your blood. So they checked me, and I had really high levels of heavy metals in my blood. So in Canada, the medical system doesn't officially have any ways to detox you in Canada. So instead, I had to go to the naturopathic route. And it's expensive. It takes several months. And I wasn't never really sure how thorough of a job it did in terms of cleaning up my heavy metals. But when I came to RegMed and got regenerative medicine here, I got the filtration, oxygenation, and photomodulation procedure, where they take the blood out of my body on one side and filter it through several filters, as well as ozonate it, and then put it through photomodulation, and then they return it back to my body. They handled me so well. Everybody was so calm, and then I just rescheduled, and then they were extra careful with me. They've got me this special chair actually, so I can recline in case I felt a little dizzy. And this is my chair. And so it went seamlessly the next time, and they returned the blood to me, and I had the best sleep of my life that night. It was amazing. And my waste container was filled with 750 milliliters of yuck and all kinds of froth and bad things. So that is really, I guess it's very rewarding to know you've been through this procedure. You can visually see what's been emptied from your body. And I feel so different. My immunity is better now. I feel much different. I have, previous to the filtration, oxygenation, and photomodulation treatment, I had irritable bowel problems and also problems with candida and yeast. So I don't have problems like that right now. I feel much better. My immune system is better. It was just a matter of a few days. It was really amazing. When I was doing this procedure, I was talking to Dr. Tengiz, who's so easy to talk to. He feels like my older brother. It was so wonderful, because most of the time when you speak to physicians, there's this sort of hierarchy that you have with them. And when I speak to Dr. Tengiz, it's just like talking to family. And so he was just talking to me about health, and I was like, wow, what else can you do here? And he was explaining that there's other options for me to, before I return to Canada, to improve my health. And I was like, well, I would love it if I could fix some other problems while I was here. And he's like, well, what do you need fixed? And I'm like, well, let me tell you, I was building a shed, and I dropped this huge load of lumber on my ankle, and it's deformed, and I have arthritis, and I've had arthritis there for at least 7 or 8 years, and it's really bad, because when I walk, I always just think about my ankle. I'm going for a beautiful walk in the woods, and all I'm thinking about is my ankle, my ankle, my ankle. So he's like, well, we can fix that. And I was like, that'd be cool. So I have had shockwave on it many times in Canada. I've had all kinds of treatments done it on in Canada, for chiropractic, all kinds of things. It hasn't made a difference. But he did one injection, and he would take regenerative cells, and they did an injection in my foot. And they were so nice to me when they did that. They were just so careful. And they also did my shoulder. My shoulder, again, I was building and lifting heavy things, and my shoulder had been off for years, at least 5 years. And they're like, well, we'll just do both of them at the same time. I'm like, yes, that's a fantastic idea. So I did both of them in one morning, and I feel amazing. I was out walking in the woods the other day, and hiking up a mountain, and I'm not even thinking about my ankle. Now I'm thinking about my other foot, which hasn't been done yet. So now I gotta do the other foot. It was a really huge improvement in my quality of life. And it was just such a simple procedure. It was done within 25 minutes, and the filtration, it took maybe 45 minutes. A matter of a TV show, and the whole thing is over.